What I Watch After Dark. Today, we are going to be going over the great movie V for Vendetta. Congratulations to whoever got it. Now, and remember to stay to the end because I'll have more lines then for the next one on Monday. Let's go ahead and start with the players, the actors. Hugo Weaving is V. Natalie Portman is Evie Hammond. Stephen Fry is Dietrich. John Hurt, Adam Salter. Stephen Rea is Eric Finch. And Rupert Graves is Dominique. The director's name is James Mantegna. The writers are Lillian Wiskowski, Anne Wiskowski, and David Lloyd, who was the artist that drew for the comic. Now, I think we should go on and watch the trailer and see if everything, see what you think. And when we get back, I will give you some interesting some interesting facts that I get from IMDb. I guess all that's left to say is, roll 'em.
Do you know why you're here, Evie Hammond? You're being formally charged with treason, terrorism, and sedition, the penalty for which is death by firing squad. You have one chance, and only one chance, to save your life. You must tell us the identity or whereabouts of Codename V. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
Yes.
Are you ready to cooperate?
No.
The truth is, there is something terribly wrong with this country.
Whoa! Excuse me, miss.
I'm sorry.
Not yet, you're not, but you will be. The only verdict is vengeance. A vendetta. If our own government was responsible for the deaths of 100,000 people, would you really want to know?
You're getting back at them for what they did to you.
Fear became the ultimate tool of this government.
I want everyone to remember why they need us.
I wish I wasn't afraid all the time.
People should not be afraid of their governments. Government should be afraid of their people. This is exactly what he wants. Chaos.
Welcome back. Well, that looks good, doesn't it? Here are some interesting facts that I've learned. Unfortunately, Adrian Biddle died December 7th, 2005 of a heart attack. He was the director of photography, and this is his last movie. So, straight up, thank you for the goods. Another fact is that in V, they used 22,000 dominoes. It took an assembly of 4 people 200 hours to set up. But it was cool. And when you see it, if you haven't seen it yet, it's cool. Okay, when V emerges from Lark Hill, the stunt double Chad Stahelski literally walks through fire wearing just a special fire-resistant gel and a G-string. Yeah, and they had to lower his body temperature as well to do the scene so he didn't overheat. Natalie Portman was looking forward to buzzing her hair. It's something she always wanted to do. The Armormen and also the police, and I'm sure other things, did a background check on everybody that was using weaponry. So if you handled a weapon, you had a bar-coded firearm, so they knew who had what at what time, and are they supposed to at that time. It's what an armory's supposed. It's great that they did that because it was in the area of the clock tower and Parliament Hall, so they just want to be safe. When they first meet Evie and V in his monologue says V 48 times. It says a word that starts with V 48 times. It started with Viola. Then V in the statements is 55. So even outside of one monologue, there was 48 and then there was 55. Albert Einstein is where they got the quote for the dice. He objected to quantum theory, in which he said that at any rate, I'm convinced that God does not play dice. All right. Now, the movie's hierarchy in government was based after the human body. So, for example, the chancellor was the head, the secret police were the fingermen, were called the fingermen. The television station BTN was the mouth. Visual audio surveillance was eyes and ears. Inspector Finch was the nose. That's kind of on the nose. The police force and the secret police were the hand. Another interesting fact is that the scrambling device Finch uses is actually just a pocket reading light. Very popular. Anyways, they made it look like a red instead of a white. My thoughts on this film is this movie is very pertinent to what we're facing in the world today, all over. We have fascists that are trying their best to do their things their own way and not lawfully. I don't like it. Because after this, if it did happen and anybody ended up with a fascist dictator, the next is anarchy to throw it. And I don't like the idea of anarchy in the sense of some people think it's like, well, I can kill whoever I want or I can do what I want. And anarchy's not really that. It's just about leaving people alone and not fucking with them. No rules. Just don't fuck with people, okay? So you have that portion of it. This movie was made in 2004. It was made in 2004 when we were, when it wasn't as... Okay, well, I think the directing was great. I think the cinematography, fantastic. Editing, didn't see a problem. Story-wise, coming from the comic, at points they were actually using comic book for storyboard. So there's scenes in there that they actually recreated from the comic. Almost exactly. It's kind of cool. And you should check out the comic. It really is good. Overall, I give it a 9. I love this movie. I strongly suggest go watching it. If not, to put up your opinion, put your own opinion to it. You might like it. You might hate it. I don't know. I'm not you. I personally like the movie and thought the fight scenes were awesome. Thought the stunts were fantastic and the 1/10 miniatures were great. So I loved it. Now it's time for the line. Okay, guys. I have 12 bullets, so you're gonna have to share. Stop the war.